addition to the software development life cycle, which is called SDLC. So now we see the SDLC standards for software development life cycle. It is step-by-step process used to develop high-quality software. It ensures that the delivered on time with budget, meet user requirements in the main phase of SDLC. They have 6 types. First, equipment analysis, system design, and implementing and coding, testing, deployment, maintenance. They are main phases for the software development life cycle. So real-time example is the college online system. So used by the students and the faculty, so they can view mark and view attendance. So phase one, recruitment analysis. So recruitment is the one of the most important tasks in the software development process. So understand what the system user can wants and gather the recruitment claims from the client, end users, stakeholders, and documentation requirements clearly. Say the active by the requirement gathering and feasibility study in preparing SRS. SRS means software equipment specification. So real-time application is the online attendance system. So faculty can mark attendance, student can view the attendance percentage, admin can generate reports, and system should be accessible via the mobile and web applications. So next is system design. So it give to the technical explanation for the software development. So it decides to the system architecture, database design, user interface layout. So they have 3 types of activities. First, high level design, HLD, it's called HLD, and low level design, this is called LLD, and the next database schema creation. So next, they can use for the online admin system. So database tables can monitor to the student and the faculty at admin system. So they have 2 types of technologies in the online system. AA screens, it is shown to the login page and the attendance marking page and report page. Next, decide to the technology is for the front end is HTML, CSS. So HTML is a hypertext markup language. Then back end is the Python, Java, and database is for MySQL. So page 3, implementation and coding. So this is the main process of the software development. The design process give to the set of modules for designing code process. In the actual coding give to the developing software. The developer write the program based on the design. Following code standards for writing source code and code review and version control. They use for the also online attendance system. And the next step we go to the testing. So after we complete the coding process, this step is very important. So the testing is a check to the software is works correctly or wrong, identify the fix and bugs, ensure software meets to the requirements. The types of testing is like 3 types: unit testing, integration testing, system testing. So the example is the online attendance system. The user can check the login with the valid or invalid conditional. They verify the attendance calculation accuracy to ensure the data saved correctly in the database. And the next step, deployment. It is the main important phase in the software publishing. So if you create some software, it can deployment to the real world market. So deployment is for the software related users and install on the server or cloud. So next we see to the maintenance. So if you want to register the release the software, the maintenance will play to the major role. So it is for the bug fixing, performance improvement, and feature updates. The real-time example is online attendance system. So the deployed on the college server, maintenance on the task, fix login issues, add SMS alert for features, improve speed during the peak usage. So what is peak usage? Once you get the result in the college portal, there all students are using the same time. So that's called peak usage. So next we see about the traditional software development model. So what are the traditional models? The traditional model software used for the linear and structured approach. Each phase is complete by the one after another. They mostly used when the requirements are clear and fixed. It changes to the very minimal. And they have common and traditional models are there. 4 types of models. First one waterfall model. Second V model. Then incremental model. Fourth spiral model. They are using for the banking systems. So waterfall model. So user can give the requirements, it can analyze and make the design make to the coding and implementation, and they can give to the testing process and it will give to the feedback. So it's called like the downfall model. So no overlap between the phases. Each phase start only after the previous phase is completed. So the flow meaning is requirements can what the user wants, listen due to the how the system will work, implementation due to the coding, testing is finding errors, the deployment can release to users, the maintenance is a bug and fixing updates. So real-time example, bank management system. So the user can once update the data, they can change to the go back easily. So next V model. So they gave two types. First one verification phases, next validation phases. So verification phases first like require design and acceptance test and system design and system test and architecture design and integration test, model design and unit test. Next finally we got coding. Diagram looks like a letter V. Left side can development phases, right side can testing phases. Coding is the done of the bottom of V. Phase mapping requirements can acceptance test and system design and software testing. The architecture design can integration testing and model design is a unit testing. The real-time example is the medical or safety critical software. It check to the accuracy and testing are very important. Every development phases has a correspond testing phases. So you see to the diagram, requirement and designing, development, and testing and user feedback and install maintenance. So they are running for looping process. So if any update, they can be due to the instant maintenance process. So next we see the increment model. It divides the software project out into multiple independent and functional parts called the increments. It applies a linear waterfall approach, the requirement design code test to each module iteratively, each increment and functionality to provide the lesson, allowing yearly gradual delivery and customer feedback. So first increment can give to the basic features and the second give to the additional feature and third increment give to the advanced feature. So if any one software can develop newly, the increment model is play to the major role. So they give basic additional feature advanced. So it give to the software development quality and testable and reusable. So user gets the working product yearly. This is a real-time example library management system. Version 1 sets the book and a user can set a new book author names. And next issue and return date. So if you can take the book when you return the book or date. Version 3 fine calculation. If you cannot submit on the time, they can calculate the fine. So they are real-time example. So next we see to the spiral model. They give 4 steps. First step is objective and determinations. Second step identify and resolve risk. Third step develop next version of the product. Fourth step review and plan for the next phases. So diagram looks like a spiral, circular loops. Each loop represents the phases. The focus on the risk analysis. Each spiral contains planning and risk analysis and engineering and evaluation. Risks are identified by the reducer and the every cycle. So the real-time example is the online banking and defense system. We have high cost and high risking projects. So we see about the Agile methodology. It is one of the traditional methodology in the software development. So what is Agile? The Agile is the modern software development approach. It focuses on customer collaboration, flexibility to challenges, frequent delivery of working software. Development is done small iteration sprints. So why Agile? The Agile need is gives to the requirements are changes frequently. Fast and deliveries need continuous feedback improve to the software quality. So the Agile can improve to the frequent changes. So the faster deliveries will need for the developing the software developer. And the next continuous feedback will improve to the good quality of the software. So the key values individual over processes and working software over documentation, customer collaboration over contracts, and response to the changeover plans. So the basis of Agile SDLC. So SDL is nothing but software development life cycle. So first equipment gathering, design the equipments and coding, testing, deployment, feedback. So requirement gathering is a first and main role. User can give the requirements. You can collect the documentation for the equipment gathering. Designing is the most important point. So if you collect the equipment, they can move to the next step. It goes to the designing process. So next coding, the designing can separate by the multiple models. The multiple models have a different type of coding. So the coding move to the testing, testing due to deployment. Deployment is the installation of the releasing software. So the feedback is maintenance for the updating for the software development. So Agile follows a cyclic and iterative flow. The cycle repeats until the product is completed. Agile cycle steps. First, requirement gathering and backlogs, planning, design, development, testing, review, release, and feedback to next sprint. The circular diagram shows to the continuous improvement. Agile delivers the software's small working version to the continuous feedback. So next, popular Agile methodology. So this is the Scrum. Scrum is the one of the method in the Agile methodologies. The work to divide to the sprints in the 2 to 4 weeks. The daily stand-up meetings. It rolls with the product owner, Scrum Master, development team. And next Kanban. It will the visual workflow using the boards. The continuous delivery and focus on the work in the progress limits. Next we see to the extreme programming. It's called like XP. It emphasizes and it work for the pair programming and the continuous testing and the frequent releases. So real-time example is the Agile college mobile application development. So we got developed the multiple sprints. So sprint-based development. Sprint 1 is login registration. Sprint 2 is attendance rate. Sprint 3 is internal marks. Sprint 4 is notification and updates. So Agile benefits. Student give the feedback after the each sprint can change the implement quickly. So app improves to the continuously. So it is the feedback based improvement process. So advantages like a faster delivery, high customer satisfaction, easy to handle changes, the continuous testing reduce bugs. The disadvantages are less documentations, difficult to very large teams. It reduces the customer involvement. So the conclusion is the Agile is a best for a dynamic and fast charging project to encourage teamwork and flexibility. So widely used in the web applications, mobile apps, and startups. So next we see about the what are the Agile scaling frameworks. Definition: Agile scaling frameworks are structured methods that help to the organization and implementation Agile across many teams. They provide to the roles, planning structures, communication methods, at least the coordination. So we see about to the framework and why they use for. First we see to the SAFe is a scaled Agile framework. It works for the large enterprises. Next is the large scale Scrum. Scrum is a expansion. Next is Scrum Act scaling model. It 3 to 9 teams and Scott based scaling. It product companies. Next Agile toolkit approach. It flexibility scaling. So the frameworks are SAFe, Less, Nexus, Spotify model, and disciplined Agile. So they are working for the Agile scaling frameworks. Next, lean software development. So what is lean? The lean is the methodology of focus on maximizing the customer value, minimizing the waste, improving the flow, delivering faster, and originally developed in the Toyota manufacturing system. So they are the lean development process. So lean software development. So lean software development means applying lean principles to software projects to build only what the system need and reduce the unnecessary work and delivery continuously, improve efficient and lead to the foundation of Agile and DevOps. So while and the need in the software, a software project often suffer from the delays, rework, bugs, and unclear requirements. Too many features. So lean help to the value, speed, quality. So lean can avoid to the delay, rework, bugs, and unclear requirements. So too many features. It give to the quality of the software, quality of the software speed and development. It give to the valid software development. Example, college of development. A team builds a student app within the future. So first they are do for the attendance and marks, notifications, events, but they also add chat stickers, games, themes, and extra feature in the time and money. So lean says to the build only what the given value students. Okay, so it can it analyze to the what the students want. It can build only that data only. So next SRS. So SR is what is SRS? SR is the software equipment specification. it like to the documentation process. So what the software will do and their functional or non-functional equipments, it concerns to the system behavior, it acts as an agreement between the customer and developer. So the customer and developer can they are developing to the SRS specification model. So why SRS is important? The SRS is important for the avoid misunderstanding, define clear requirements, reduce project cost, it improve to the software quality, it provided based on the software design and testing. So example we see to the online food delivery app. So kindly we note to the Swiggy. So Swiggy can user login, restaurant listing, order placing, payment system, delivery and tracking. Without SRS, developer can do the wrong features. So SRS can give to the valid food delivery application process in the Swiggy. So objective of SRS, the main objective is describe complete system and requirements. It provides a clear understanding stakeholders. It serves as the reference for the developers. It helps to the invalidation and testing. So they are give to the basic level of online food delivery app. Example in the Swiggy. So what is project scheduling and estimation? So in software engineering, every project needs to the proper planning and the time estimation, the cost estimation and the resource scheduling. So without scheduling and estimation, projects may fail. So why is scheduling estimation are important? They can help to the complete projects on time, reduce the budget and overruns. It allocate to the resource effectively and it trace the programs and improve project and success rate. So it is the main important task in the project scheduling estimation. So the real-time example is college attendance app project. The client wants to app in the 3 months. So this project takes to the equipment gathering, designing, coding, testing, deployment. It can scheduling for the deadline plan estimation of the calculate and the cost effort. So we give to the simple example for the estimation, scheduling, development, and monitoring and delivery. So thank you. Yeah,